We're triple B rated. And thanks to the support we received from our own shareholders, we raised about 1.25 billion from our shareholders in the bond market in September. And it's that funds that enable us to go out and place this additional order with our partners in Boeing at a time of crisis in the industry. This aircraft order will enable us to grow to 200 million passengers a year across Europe over the next 5 years. And I'm very proud we have Ray Conway here, who leads our safety division. We have an unblemished 35-year safety record, and that is absolutely key to the partnership. Everything we do with Boeing is driven by safety, and everything Boeing do with Ryanair is driven by safety. Just talk briefly about the aircraft. This is the game-changer aircraft. We're extending the order from 135 to 210. The delivery starts in spring. Why this aircraft? This aircraft is going to transform Ryanair's future. It's also going to transform short-haul flying in Europe. This aircraft has 4% more seats. We can carry 197 passengers instead of 189 with more leg room and more internal comfort. It burns 16% less fuel per seat. It also has enormous environmental savings, 16% less CO2 emissions and 40% lower noise emissions. So not alone are our passengers going to be travelling at lower fares and in greater comfort, but our neighbouring airports and the surround will be a better neighbour for communities across Europe as we grow. The Sky interior improves the guest experience, and the slimline seats give us even more legroom despite the additional seat. This new order will allow Ryanair to grow to 600 aircraft over the next 5 years, and that means we will have the youngest fleet in Europe and a flexible fleet that we can place across the continent. And it's important that we are taking delivery of new aircraft at a time when Europe needs to recover from the COVID-19 crisis. We've just set out on the slides here how we expect the fleet to build. It'll go from 450 aircraft to about 600 aircraft over the next 5 years. The game changer, the A200 aircraft, will grow from just 6% of the fleet next summer to being 1/3 of the fleet over that 5-year period. And it gives Ryanair a unique opportunity in Europe to offer people more seats at lower prices. That's going to be attractive to our airport partners across Europe, who are going to see Ryanair as the partner with which they can return to growth, which they can recover the traffic they've lost in the last year or two due to COVID. And those lower airport costs, the lower aircraft costs, means we'll be passing on lower fares to our customers, and lower fares to our customers is how we get European tourism moving again, get our young people back to work, because tourism is the industry that creates entry-level jobs for young people. In terms of traffic, as I said, we were carrying 149 million passengers last year. That's been devastated in the last 12 months by COVID. We'll carry something around 35 million passengers in this 12 months. Next year, depending on the rollout of the vaccines, and we hope to see widely available vaccines for the high-risk groups in the first quarter, we think that will allow us to restore our traffic to something between 95 million to maybe 130 million passengers. But then as we move out into the summer of 2022, we'll be adding 80 of these game-changer aircraft. We'll be growing strongly. We'll be returning to growth across most of the European states in which we operate. And we see our traffic rising from 150 million passengers to 200 million passengers over that 4-year period. The one issue is going to come up here today is safety. So let's get it out in front. This is the most scrutinised, most audited aircraft in history. It's also going to be one of the safest aircraft that's ever been delivered. What's not often understood about the Boeing Max is it's already accomplished over 840,000 flight hours. It's been flying for 22 months, from May 2017 to March 2019. 46 million people have already flown in the Max aircraft and loved it. It's a great product. It's a great aircraft. Since it was grounded, it's undertaken 1,500 test flights. It's undergone 400,000 engineering hours since March 19. And I want to pay tribute to Steve Dixon and his team in the FAA, Patrick Key and his team in their European equivalents, EASA, and also the regulators in Brazil and Canada. The work they have done together with Boeing in the last 12 months has been heroic. You know, they've completely analysed, audited, refined and improved not just the safety of this aircraft, but also the regulatory oversight. There's a much greater strengthened multilateral regulatory oversight now of the aircraft and of aviation. EASA, the European Safety Agency led by Patrick Key, has reviewed all aspects of the aircraft flight control systems. He's published a remarkable document on the 24th of November. We put it up on our website today, and I would encourage you all to read it, because it gives you an indication of just how confident EASA are in the safety and the performance of the 737 aircraft. The flight deck displays and the air alerting systems have all been upgraded There's mandatory training programs for the pilots, including required simulator training before they fly the aircraft. In Ryanair, we bought and we've already installed 3 737 MAX simulators in our training centres in London and in Dublin, and all of our pilots are going through the MAX simulator, flying on the aircraft before they get on the aircraft. The software, the MCAS, the flight manuals have all been updated, and the operational readiness flight is undertaken before every aircraft is delivered. I cannot tell you how confident we are in the safety of this aircraft. Will our customers like this aircraft? They're going to love this aircraft. They're going to sit on this aircraft. They're going to be getting on at lower prices than ever before. They're going to love the interiors. They're going to love the performance of the aircraft. And they're going to love the exciting travel opportunities we give them with the Boeing Game Changer. So, in summary, the Game Changer will drive our fleet to 600 aircraft over the next 5 years. It'll allow Ryanair to grow our traffic from 150 million to 200 million guests annually. This new aircraft will offer us lower costs. We'll pass that on in the form of lower fares. And then working with our airport partners across Europe, we intend to accelerate the recovery of traffic, tourism and jobs across the continent of Europe in the next 5 years. This aircraft gives us more seats, a lower fuel saving, and it will help us drive sustained profit because we've got to pay back our shareholders for the money they've invested in us in recent months. And I want to thank Stan. I want to thank Dave Calhoun, the team. The work that Boeing have done in the last 12 months has been extraordinary. You know, not alone have they dealt with the grounding of the MAX, but then you've had the twin knockout of COVID as well. I also want to mention Greg Smith, Boeing's CFO, who's done remarkable or heroic work with Neil Soren and our team on putting this order together. They've done all the hard work on the documentation. We show up for the glory days. But this has been a real partnership between Ryanair and Boeing. This is a great aircraft. We're proud to buy them. We're proud to fly them. And our passengers are going to enjoy flying on these because they're going to transform Ryanair's cost base and transform Ryanair's future for the next 10 years in Europe. So Dave, Stan, and all the Boeing family, thank you. We're proud to be your partners in Europe. It's very important that we're a successful partner in Europe, which is the home of your main competitor, Airbus. But they just don't build aircraft as good as Boeing do.
There we go.
Boeing build a better aircraft, and we're a better airline. So thank you, guys.